What's up, CHATWITHK Gang Squad? This is your girl CHATWITHK, and I'm back with something a little different for Table Talk Tuesday. Today, Talk Tuesday, we're going to do a follow-up for the last two. We've been doing a series, but if this is your first time tuning into my channel, there's something I need you to do, and that's watch the video, like the video, comment on the video, share the video, and please consider becoming part of the CHATWITHK Gang Squad by hitting that red, see what I got on, subscription button, and then turn on your notification bell so you can be notified each and every time I upload another video. And today's video, I'm going to be out doing a little vlog for Table Talk Tuesday, because we're going to be discussing the difference of the custody levels when you are incarcerated. And so this will be able for you guys to understand why there's a different level. We're going to drive up to the maximum security prison here in Indiana, where I live, and then and actually in Pendleton, but we got to drive a little bit, but that's okay. And then the maximum location, and then there's another location. They sit right side by side, but it's different. It all depends on the nature of your charges. So I'm going to jump in the car with Mr. Man, but y'all already know how he do. He play the music, so he's going to go inside, and I can talk a little bit, but he will not. Sometimes he just needs to let me do a vlog. I wish he would not play music. We're going to ask him and see if we can see the routes all the way there, because he always turns on music every time we get ready to go somewhere, and I can never do a complete vlog ever. He told me to come ride with him, so he should. Don't y'all think he should let me? I don't like that lighting. It's kind of, no, I don't like that lighting. So, but I will see. Hopefully this video will come out pretty good. It's kind of gloomy outside, but I'm getting ready to take you guys with us. All right, we're on our way to, so you guys can actually see the different custody levels in this video. So while we are driving there, we can just ask Mr. Man a few questions about, because he has the good, oh sorry, let me sit still for a second. He can actually explain the different levels of custodies better than I can, but I still want to piggyback off while we're doing the series of be on the right path of your life, because you do not want to end up in prison on no level whatsoever. And we are trying to see if these type of videos will reach the younger generation, young adults, and whomever that could be out of struggling with not obeying the laws of the land. Okay, so I would just say this. The first question I want to ask you, as we following up again, like I say, this is a part 3 series. So there's different I know there's different types of loss of life levels, and that's just what how we're gonna say that. It's different loss of life. It's first degree, second degree, and then capital, and I know it's a different level. So would you spare to say that those, no matter, okay, so let me ask you this. Behind the wall, and you know where, they'll see that in a minute. So behind the wall where Jansen's at, that's a maximum security prison that he's in. So would you fair to say that most of loss of life inmates, who have committed those type of crimes where loss of life was the charge, would you say that the maximum security prison where Jansen's at is where they are held, or the other lower custody level next to the maximum security prison, is there inmates in there with the same charge of loss of life? It is? Yeah, it is, because it's the manslaughter. Okay. It's the manslaughter trial. When you get capital murder, and then you get stuff, multiple murders, That's the maximum?
Homicide, yeah.
So,
because you can be in a tier 2, was tier 2 like 3s and 4 levels. Well, more than 3 level. But it's a manslaughter by self-defense.
Okay, so in other words, from my understanding, when you got manslaughter, it's something that it wasn't meant. You didn't go out and set in your mind, wake up and say, hey, I'm going to go commit this act against this person. It's something that just happened. Maybe like a fight or something.
A fight or something. You defending yourself and fear for your life and all that.
What about DWI's fatality? Would they be over there?
That's more, it could go both ways with that.
It all depends on...
It depends.
Would you say that, okay, let's talk about DWI for a minute. Would you say that a person that gets behind the wheel, who makes the selfish act to get behind a vehicle and drive after they have been drinking, and it caused a fatality where, there was loss of life, and would you think that driving record will play a big part of, the sentencing? Would you say, like, for instance, if they've had multiple DWIs before, and then this next time...
He's done. He's hit.
Okay.
He's gonna go sit down.
So when you say go sit down, you mean going inside?
Yeah, he's going inside for a minute.
Okay. So that's what I want to ask. So you hear that?
You go sit.
And say, what if this is your first time? What if this is your first time obtaining a DWI, causing crash that ended in a fatality?
See, that's different.
Will they still go to prison too?
Yeah, possibility.
Okay. Have you ever known anybody that caused a DWI fatality crash not go to prison? It's always
sometimes they get caught by the police before it happens.
No, I'm saying, but if they do. So I've never known anyone who may have caused a DWI fatality, which ended in a loss of life, not escape prison. I just never seen it happen. But I'm saying, I don't think no matter what you're gonna do, you're gonna do some time, because you still chose to drive.
And you know better.
Okay, I got you.
Because you were sober before it even happened.
Okay, so let me ask you this question: what is the difference between premeditated loss of life and then the degrees of loss of life? Because I know that the word itself for premeditated loss of life charge, I understand that. It means that you had time to think about. You said you took the actions to go and do this. You woke up knowing that you're going to go do this because you made the plans to carry it out, right?
Exactly.
So that's what that is.
Question, yeah.
Okay, all right. So that's a different level. So what if it's, because I don't know all the levels of it, but that's enough of that. Well, I'll just say this. It's that charge itself, and you guys know I don't like to use the word itself of what I'm talking about, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. We're talking about the different levels of charges when it's pertaining to loss of life, okay? Because I know that, and this may be a touchy subject for people to hear, but it's also, we're doing these type of videos to bring awareness to the outcome that you could be facing when you decide to commit these type of crimes. Because the younger generation, I just don't understand. Here where we live right now in Anderson, it was brought to my attention when I was out with Pastor Sue the other day, and I can say her name because and she was the one that brought it to my attention, that it was a 16-year-old who took a life of a 17-year-old. So when those type of things happen, this young man lost his life at a young age, and then the person who took his life as a young age, his life is pretty much gone too, because this is something, and he turned himself in, so he's now in jail right now. So where we live, we don't see too many of these type of situations where we are, but this just happened recently. I was out with her a little after the first of the year, so I think I don't know exactly what day it happened, but I know it was recent. So, and in a situation like that, this is what we're trying to reach the younger generations, because I'm not sure because I don't want to just, go into all that story and not really know the whole details of what happened. But I trust my pastor's word when she brought it to me and talked to me about it, because we were talking about kids and ministries and this and that and the other. So my thing is this: how is it even possible for these kids at a young age such as that to be able to get their hands on something that they used in order to be able to commit this crime, when you're not even old enough to have a driver's license? You're not even old enough to buy a pack of cigarettes. You're not even old enough to go into a club, but yet you have access to a weapon. I don't get it. So when something like this happens, is it fair to say that then the investigators go and start looking at relatives and surroundings of how a juvenile at such that age, at 16, could have possession of something like that? How is that even possible?
How's that possible? I mean, they get it some more kind of various ways. When they rob, so they break into somebody's house, or somebody sell it to them, or
so
parents.
That's even a bigger concern, because at the end of the day, if a 16-year-old, whether, say for instance, his parents, which, and I'm just speaking, because I'm not using names, I don't even know who it is, because I didn't even bother to look up the story, but I'm just talking to you on that aspect. That's even a bigger problem, because say for instance the parents has no clue. Say for instance, because sometimes as parents we don't know what there's a lot of times that we don't know what our kids are, what they are doing or what they're involved in, let alone that type of situation. So for me, I would say that that's a bigger problem, because then you have this type of problems out on the streets. This type of problem where, I say it this politest way as I can, surround yourself with positive people. When you are not around with positive friends, and you can read between the lines what I'm getting at, that's where all that comes to play in, to me. Because you have people in those groups that are older, so they are able to provide those type of things for, if you will, a better way to say that, they young soldiers, if that's the clearest way I'm trying to say it. So, and people that are listening to this video, I'm quite sure you can understand what I mean. Okay, so we're passing a place right there, which if you can see, that is one of the bigger cemeteries where we live, and actions like that, what we're talking about, is either for younger generation, why we are doing the plea that we are doing with you guys, and why we're doing what we're doing, is to show you what we just passed is one way you can end up. Never want that to happen. That's the reason why we are trying to bring awareness to how we are right now. And then another way you can end up is what we get ready to show you, what we're driving to right now. And either way, it's not a good scenario. We want you to be able to make good choices with your life. Live your life to the fullest, okay? Because your life does matter of all the way around. That's for everybody. Every life's lives matter. And the reason why we're trying to make awareness to get you guys to think this is not a game. Your life, the decisions that you make in your young life will affect your adulthood. That's the reason why I named my team ministry, Voices of the Future. Because to break it down, I don't know if I never did, but to break it down is definitely the description of who they are in this ministry. They are the voices of the future, whether they end up being judges or senators or presidents or whatever. They do have a voice. So we want you to use your voice as positive as you can. Again, we spoke about education. We spoke about respect. So we just taking it a step further to take you to where the prisons are, so that you can see exactly what we're talking about. The difference between, because right across the street from the maximum and then the lower level offenses and then the juveniles is across the street. Right? Yeah. Okay. If I can remember it that way. So there's three different locations where you can end up. It all depends on your depend on the nature of your offense. So I'm gonna stop this right here, and then I'm gonna come back once we get to the prison, so the videos will not be that long. See you guys in a minute. Okay, guys, we're pulling up in here. This is the maximum, and we'll get a better look at it as I drive past it. We're going to, oh, I can't see it for the things. Okay, now you can probably see it better. This is where Jensen is at. This is the maximum prison right here. This is what you call behind the wall. I've been in that place 1,000 times. When I say 1,000, 1,000 times. And this is where he will be. And we're going to go on down to the one next to it. And we'll slow down on the way back. I just wanted, because Mr. Man got some business. And the one that we can really go in, so I'm going to have to park for a few, and I'll continue to talk to you guys in a second. But it will be on the opposite side of me, going back. So I just kind of want to give you a better view of what it is. And this is one, I think the kids is over there. I can't see them.
Kids across the street.
I probably can see a little bit better once I get up there.
Oh, you gotta go all the way down.
All the way down?
Yeah,
I ain't going all the way down.
They're right across the street.
I know, because this is we coming up on the other one. They are all on the same street, and this is another one, but this is not the one you consider behind the wall, which means that this one is a lower level custody facility, if that's the correct way to say that. So, and then as you can see, this is, you'll get a better view because he has some business in there. So I'm sitting in the car and waiting on him to come out. So that is another one. But the other one, I think that's the one, I can't see it over there. And we'll get another version because he's sitting out here. I'll be sitting up. He's got to go in and take her some. Why they got an ambulance out here? They just keep one out here just in case?
No, because of the shot thing.
Oh, the shots?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so
I'm trying to get out before this shift change. They ain't changed yet.
He parked in the back of me, so.
Let me turn around.
If you got time?
No, I turn around.
Yeah, just turn around. Because this, as you can see, this lot is full. So, and I know they're not doing visitations right now because of what's going on in the world, the ugly bug and all that.
Ridgeway.
And so, that's somebody you know?
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah. That's somebody you know. Don't do that, because I don't need you to be in there.
That's my guy. He all right.
Okay. This is a Warden State vehicle, so that's where they park at.
You don't park there, but you get a
Deputy Warden. So
the big boys park there.
The big wigs. Oh, okay. All right. All right. So turn the heat off for a minute. Don't you have your badge? Okay. All right. So, you know, first responders, they had to come out here and get those shots. And y'all already know what those shots are. Those are the shots that they have to take because they're dealing with the public. So he asked me to ride with him out here for him to go get his shot. And you know, the shot for the ugly bug is what he's got to go take. So that's his business. He has to go in there and do. But again, I don't want to make my video too long. This is the lower level facility, and I think this is called CIF in Pendleton. The CIF, but I don't even know what that stands for, so don't ask me. But I know this is called a CIF facility, which is the lower level to where Jensen is at, which is the building I just showed you guys. So I'm not gonna make this video too long. I'm just gonna wait until Mr. Man get out of here, but I will flip it around and just talk to you for a little bit. All right, I'm gonna say this a little bit. I know I'm sitting out here in the car. I'm not quite sure where all my lighting is at, but it is what it is. It's getting dark, so I just wanted to. It was a spare of the moment thing, so I was like, hey, well, since you going and we've been talking about what we've been talking about, it's how to top it off with you guys seeing what the facilities look like firsthand. And I just want to tell you guys so much. We plead with you guys so much. If you got children, talk to your kids. Let them know that being out in this type of scenario is where they don't want to be. And again, I just showed you the two that I was able to get closer up and personal to see. So you guys can understand that this is why we do what we do. We're trying to keep our younger generation out of places like this, because this is where you don't want to end up. And that's why I had Jansen speak about where he is and what's it like being incarcerated. Because again, we don't want our children, our future generation, to be in a place like this. Let's start the correction now. Okay, even though these are departments of corrections and just on different levels, the CIF, the one in front of me, Department of Correction, where Jansen is at. Okay, Pendleton Department of Corrections, that's where he's at. And then behind us is where the juveniles are, Department of Corrections. But let's not get them corrected in these type of places. Let's come together collectively as adults, okay, to try to reach out the younger generations, correct them now so they don't have to be in a place like this, as they call Department of Corrections, because it does help some kids or some people when they come out, and sometimes they reoffend. So let's just fix the issue. And again, I was talking about the thing with my pastor, okay, with the juveniles that just lost his life, and another one just got arrested for that level of offense. For someone to be 16 years old to catch a charge like that is crazy. Means that's 2 lives gone. Yes, that person may still, the 16-year-old may still have life in their bodies and breath in their bodies, but this is no way to live. It's no way to live. So it's an L on both sides, okay? And the other 17-year-old who lost his life was definitely still a baby, haven't had chance to live his life, okay? So, because I know there were two boys, haven't had a chance to even live his life, haven't even experienced to be a father or a husband. Matter of fact, let's put that in order. Haven't ever had the opportunity to grow up to be whatever he wanted to do, because his life is gone. And so for the other one who committed the horrible offense to put him in the situation that he's in, okay, life gone, won't have an opportunity to grow up. I don't know the particulars of how the young man is charged, but I do know that it wasn't a fight. I do know that much of it, okay? I know that much of it. Could it have been prevented? Absolutely. And even if it was a fight, fist fight with your hands, live to see another day, okay? We are pleading. It is a cry out for the communities that you guys are in, and for our community, for the people that see my videos in the community where we live, that know what we do in order to try to reach the younger generation, which is our teen ministries and the ministry that Mr. Mann has called Second Chance Ministries. What he does is help people who are coming out of places like this, who may not have a support system for themselves, and then he's a helping hand for them, okay? Because I spend a lot of time on the phone helping him with his ministry to help people find jobs. We have done that, okay? We have found places. We are contracted with people with his ministry to hire people who are convicted felons, and that's what we do, okay? So 2020, we're off to a different we're off to a different level of how we're going to be doing stuff, or my contents on my channel is going to be. It is going to be different. My Table Talk Tuesdays, I'm coming with the realness, okay? I truly am. And I wish I could level these videos of what they actually are, okay? Because I don't want to scare people away. we're trying to educate people, all right? But I'm gonna end this one with this. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, I'm giving you my opening spiel. But if this was your first time stopping by one of my videos, please consider subscribing, because the Table Talk Tuesdays are going to be, they're getting more and more in depth of different things. I have one lady who wants to talk about her life and overcoming being violated, if you will. That's another table talk that's on the table. We're going to actually talk to someone that is willing to share their story with us, but that's going to take me and Mr. Man and that person, because it is a male who wants to come on my channel and to experience doing time on a loss of life charge, if you know where I'm going with that. Okay, that's going to be very interesting, because you need to hear what it's like firsthand. We can only talk about it so much. Jansen can only be productive so much in these videos, because I can't take my phone inside a prison and interview him in there. I wish I could, but I couldn't, because then clearly I will bring it all to you and let you know raw and uncut what it's like. Okay, I spend a lot of time on the phone with Jansen at night when he is unhappy, or when because he gets depressed a lot because he's upset with himself. Okay, and then too, we're going to do a part 2, because we want to talk about when you have family members how this affects us. Okay, because it affects us financially, because guess what? We have to care for Jansen, myself and his mom. We have to put money on his books in order for him to survive. Because if you don't have support on the outside to help you with your time, it makes it even harder. Okay, so those are a lot. That's a table talk for another day. All right, and it's getting dark, so I'm going to end this one, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. You're going to see this same clothing, okay? Because I will have filmed my Motivational Monday all in the same thing. I had got dressed to do my Motivational Monday, and Mr. Man told me come go ride with him. So he likes to get me out of the house. I'm like, all right. And also, Mr. Man, I was going through some things, and he took a week off so that he could gotta go to Fort Wayne to go to another one of my doctor's appointments. He wants to be the one to take me. All right, so all that stuff is coming up this week. So I'm going to end this one, and if this is your first time tuning into my channel, I hope that I caught your attention enough to get you to want to see more, want to listen to more, because the conversations are going to get just deeper. And that is the reason why my videos are labeled not made for kids, because some of the things that we are talking about, okay, it's not for children to hear. All right, but for young teenagers, these are the type of videos you need to hear, okay? So that you can know what it's like and what we're trying to show you, teach you, and tell you, okay? All right, so other than that, I'm gonna hit my closing spiel on this video, and that is love God, love yourself, and definitely love others, okay? Definitely love others, and stay ready, so diet. Get ready. This is CHATWITHK, and I'm out with a Table Talk Tuesday / vlog day. All right, and I'll see you guys next week for the next Table Talk Tuesday. Bye bye.